Good evening, Mayor, Deputy Mayor, and council
Hello.
members. Thank you for having us this evening. This is, I guess, your first chance to look at the full ordinance that staff is proposing after the planning commissioner recommendation for the step housing. So as you all know, the planning commission spent quite a bit of time on this and agonized over a lot of it, but came up with some, I think, very good, solid, sensible solutions for Burien for this particular type of housing. So we'll go ahead and cruise through the presentation here, more of a high overview, and then Cheney and I will both be available for questions.
Thank you. Oops. And good evening, Jane Scatson, Senior Planner. All right, let's dive in. Just as a reminder, we are amending the Burien Municipal Code to comply with House Bill 1220, which was passed in 2019 or 2020, 2021. To plan for and accommodate housing for all income levels. That includes new housing types that don't currently exist in our development regulations and use zone types that make up the acronym STEP. And with these development regulations, we are also tasked with ensuring that there will be adequate capacity to meet our housing need by 2044, which were numbers allocated through the King County housing or King County countywide planning policies. As well, we were working under a quick deadline to have our updated development regulations adopted to comply by the December 31st, 2024 deadline. And we are on track to do that. The schedule goes until the second reading would be next meeting, December 9th. As a recap, the map on the left of the PowerPoint kind of reflects a summary of the zones or areas of the city that different step housing types are proposed to be permitted in. That's responsive to the requirements of the state statute. The blue areas allowing all 4 step housing types, with the gradient orange, red being just where 2 of the 4 step housing types are required, the permanent supportive housing and transitional housing. And the table or the bar graph reflects the housing need by income band, including the permanent supportive housing and emergency housing need in a bound. Oh.
Sorry, just a quick question. This chart is different from previous charts.
The numbers are not different. The title did say 2019 to 2024, and I updated that to say 2019 to 2044. Is there something else you see different?
Yeah, the numbers are different.
It should be 1,433 emergency housing units or beds needed and 759 permanent supportive housing units.
These are the same numbers that were indicated throughout the work we've done for the comprehensive plan most recently.
There was another table at one point because we showed the progress to meeting some of these needs. So,
Oh, okay.
yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank you. That's,
yeah, so I was like, oh my
and
gosh.
it was the exact same color and the exact same.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Apologies.
Sorry
not
for
calling out
sorry
the-
for that, but I'm like,
No,
wait
you're
a second. I'm seeing the same
Oh my
chart.
gosh,
Look
no.
different. Okay.
You're good. So yeah,
So
this
just to
does not
clarify,
reflect. Yeah,
This is not the chart that.
reflects the ongoing progress. So this is from 2019, predating, these numbers are predating DESC's Bloomside opening.
Okay, so this chart is overall need from 2019 to 2044,
Mhm.
not reflective of what has already come. Okay, thank you very much.
Since, yeah, what's been built since 2019.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry for that confusion. I'll be more careful in the future. An overview of the ordinance. We outline regulations for the step housing types, including what review process they would follow. In particular, emergency shelters and emergency housing being subject to an elevated review process, particularly for emergency housing over 35 beds. And also including a provision for a horizontal separation for emergency shelters with more than 200 capacity for 200 people of 1,000-foot buffer, and for emergency housing a 500-foot buffer for capacity with 200 beds. Also, there included provisions for neighborhood meetings. This was in line with the desire to have abundant community transparency. So requiring community meetings, registration of all step housing types, information on our website, and also requiring for some of the most intense uses, emergency shelters, and then emergency housing over 35, with capacity over 35 people. We have 2 neighborhood meetings. And so those are just kind of specific highlights of where we're treating some of the step housing types differently. And according to the Burien Municipal Code, we are subject to the decision criteria on the slide here, including the amendments need to be consistent with the comprehensive plan. Great timing. We just amended our comprehensive plan that set the foundational kind of groundwork for these code amendments. The amendments also need to show substantial relation to public health, safety, welfare, as well as being in the best interest of the community as a whole. And so in the packet, there's narrative in response to these criteria along with specific goals, policies, and implementing metrics pulled from the Burien 2044 comprehensive plan. The administrative recommendation is to adopt or approve Ordinance 850, step housing. And that is consistent with the Planning Commission's recommendation for adopting or approving the ordinance as written. Any questions?
Any questions from council on our step ordinance? Just a reminder, again, this is state mandated, so every community has to be doing this.
Yes.
Correct.
And we're doing this somewhat,
We're staying pretty close to what is required.
yeah, okay, great. Councilmember Andrade?
Can I move to place this on the next consent agenda, please?
You can. Is there a second?
I second.
Moved by Councilmember Andrade, seconded by Councilmember Ake. Any questions, comments?
I just want to say thank you very much for the work on this. And it's important for us to have this step policy, not just because the state's requiring it, but this is a good move for us as a city, that we have all levels of housing available. So thank you very much for the work on this, and I'm a yes vote.
Thank you, my pleasure.
And Mayor, I also wanted to say thank you. Great work throughout the entire process of the step. So thank you to the staff members for this work. So thank you very much.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand or say aye.
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 That is Councilmember Garcia, Ake, myself, Moore, and Andrade voting yes. All opposed, please raise your hand. And Deputy Mayor Mora voting no. Okay, thank you very much.